My name is Faith Bam. I am the current president of the Rotary Club of Pretoria Capital, and today we are supporting one of our newest projects, which is our involvement with SADAG. Mental depression and anxiety and suicide is a very prevalent thing in this society. It is evident from the very wealthy to the very poor, from the very old to the very young. The world in the last 20 years has changed rapidly. Maybe South Africa has changed even more, and many people find it very difficult to keep up with changes. Change often brings with it a high level of anxiety, and this often leads to depression. And we as Rotary Capital, along with the Rotarians at Hilton Head, would like to do what we can to make this a better country and a better world.
First question, né? Who has ever been sad in their life? Raise up your hand. Okay, right, so everybody gets sad, okay? It's a normal thing, you all agree with me there. Right, so there are days when you get sad and, people disappoint you or you don't always get what you want, right? You don't feel good when that happens, okay? Right, has anyone heard of depression?
You get to a point where you are sad and you're thinking about this thing every now and then that is more of depression because you cannot stop thinking about it and then the emotion does not change.
Right, okay. Depression is a mental illness, okay? It makes you feel in a certain way, in a way that you feel hopeless, like he said. You are sad all the time, okay? Now the thing is, because depression is a mental illness, it's not really easy to identify. Depression is something that affects your mind, and it's not really easy to identify because it's in your mind. But there are symptoms that you can see that show that this person is depressed.
So now, if I'm feeling sad every day, say for over 2 weeks, it's happening every day. So you also find that when a person is experiencing depression, right, they lose interest in things that they used to enjoy doing. And there's different places where you can go and get help. There's always our suicide crisis line. If ever you feel that nobody is hearing you, somebody on that side of the line will hear you. Okay, and we'll be able to refer you to places where you can get help. And that's what we as SADAG try to do, is bring that awareness, that information even to communities, so that people understand that when my child comes home and says this, then I can have a little bit of understanding of what it is.
In most cases, we usually you don't just open up to somebody. Although you know that that's my best friend, but then sometimes you don't open up. So if you see that somebody is a denier, at least try to share some of your stories with that person that are very bad, so that that person can feel a lot more open and talk to you better.
When someone, doesn't matter, a guy or a girl, is able to speak about their problems, just sharing, just allowing that conversation to take place is already like letting the pressure off of that bottle. But when we keep it all inside, and we're not talking about it, and a breakup happens, and then I fail an exam, and my parents are still fighting, and now my marks are going down, and I go home and we're in so much debt, and it's building up, it's building up, it's building up. And one day, we don't have the tools to cope with it.
How you help a person with depression is offering support, offering encouragement, spending time with them, giving them somebody to speak to. If you feel like what they're talking to you about is too heavy, so it's too difficult for you to solve on your own, then you might want to involve a teacher, okay, or your principal or a LO teacher. Sometimes people need professional help. So they need help from people that are trained, that are taught to deal with mental illnesses. Okay, so like a doctor that you go to when you have the flu, sometimes when the depression doesn't get better, you need the doctor to help you with the depression.
So at the end of the day, it is very, very important that they get help. So if it means that they go see a psychologist or a psychiatrist, then by all means they must do that, okay? because by doing that, then they'll be able to get all their assistance and, you know, try and cope with their lives again.
So what this is, it's a speaking book. It's a book that talks. It has these numbers, right? Which are your page numbers. So you turn it on, right? Then you open it, say, to the first page. Okay, then this is page 1, right? Okay, and then press page 1. Okay, so it's talking what's written here. And then what I'm going to give you guys, right, is this armband. This armband is a good way for you to remember the number. Okay, remember the 0800 567 567 number? So you can always have this on your arm, you know, as your wristband. Whenever you need help, you know that you have the number near you. Okay, you know that you have the number here.
My name is Padma Clemens. I'm the past president of the Rotary Club of Pretoria Capital, and I've had always an interest in mental health, particularly in South Africa. This morning it has been a joy to listen to some of the SADAG psychologists who've really lectured to the children and had a very interactive session with the children to try and glean information as to their understanding of depression and suicide. And I think as Rotarians we can play an active part in supporting SADAG in South Africa, and I look forward to greater connections with the Rotary Club of Hilton Head in South Carolina, and also Rotary International, who could focus this as one of their international projects.
I'm Brian Julius and I'm representing Rotary Hilton Head, South Carolina, USA. I think this has been a phenomenal day today. We've had all the SADAG counsellors, we've had the school representative, and I think we've reached well over 1,000 children on the Teen Suicide Prevention Program. Just judging from the interest and the questions from the kids, I think they've really responded well.
My name is Brenda. I'm in Life Orientation HOD at Oracle Secondary School. I would like to appreciate and honor the period and the process that SADAG came and offered some lesson, and I hope my learners have learned and they have experienced to say keeping secret, it's not about it. And I appreciate the fact that our school was nominated, and this visit, I must say, it's worth it.